do you all remember the 2K League? Anyone into 2K and actually watch the 2K League or even try to get into the 2K League? Anyone try to get into the 2K League? Y'all balling out digitally? Y'all balling out digitally? Well, let's hold the brakes because I know I got some insight from D-Man. Shout out to D-Man. And that's the homie. I know some other people who are involved in the 2K League as well as far as their individual teams. But this news came out today, and it said that the NBA and Take-Two are reimagining. I love these words. Words mean things. I always say that words mean things, but it's funny that they say reimagining. So they're reimagining the NBA 2K League into a global digital entertainment business. So it will no longer be an esports league. It's going to be whatever this global digital entertainment business is. Driven by a bold new vision, the future business will combine NBA and Take-Two brand assets and seek to engage consumers who live and play where pop culture, gaming, and basketball collide. Now, instantly, this sounds like what they were doing with 2K TV, which they had within the 2K video game. The NBA and 2K or any basketball game for that matter, before 2K was the only basketball game on the market, they've always done this. They've always engaged, consumers, athletes, rappers, all that type of stuff to get in with the brand of basketball. And also, you have to include content creators. So that's been a thing that's been ongoing. It's not like 2K in itself, like the actual brand of 2K is going to stop doing that. Like they're not going to stop bringing in, they're not going to start bringing in rappers and actors and other ball players and content creators. So that's not going to stop. So I don't know why they're saying that they're going to do this now, like it's something so innovative. But anyway, let's continue. The venture will feature a new digital media brand, immersive live events, and revamped 2K competitive league. So they said it's going to be revamped. So they're not saying that it's gone per se, but they're saying it's gone for now. I don't know what this revamped 2K competitive league is going to be, if they're already saying that they're kind of cutting it and rebranding it. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see what's going to happen with that. But for now, 2K League, as we know it, is not there anymore. So let's read what the bullet points are here. So digital media brand, social first, always one entertainment engine with a voice and content style that reflects the way younger fans understand and engage in their world. Okay. Live events, immersive experiences that bring to life the remixed world of basketball and pop culture in fun, playful environments. Okay. And 3, 2K League, a more dynamic and accessible competitive league. What do you mean by a more dynamic and accessible? Are you saying that like there's not going to be a draft, like there's not going to be teams? Like what are you saying? Featuring NBA players and celebrities that taps into the passion of tens of millions of 2K players and fans. And let me stop there, because I mentioned D-Man before, and when I interviewed D-Man, he told me that the NBA couldn't really interact, like actual players couldn't really interact with the 2K League. And I said, the first question I said was, why? Like, it's your thing, NBA. Like, it's not like 2K by itself owns or the 2K League. It's the NBA who allowed 2K to make a digital esports league, and you have all of these teams which are subsidiaries of their respective NBA teams. So why like whose bright idea was that let's just bring into example Dallas's team. Are you telling me that Luka Doncic could not interact with the actual players who play on the 2K League team for Dallas? Like, that made literally no sense. Like, isn't the point of this league to make it profitable, to make it bigger, like to make it exciting, competitive? Like, that makes no sense, because the easiest way for you to bring more eyes to it would be to actually get the players of the respective parent basketball team to interact with the 2K League. Simple, right? Like, have them be celebrity guests or something. Have them, I don't know, be try to be coaches. Like, you could have done so many things, but when D-Man told me that they couldn't, like, it was literally in a contract, they said that they couldn't. I was like, that's dumb. Like, whoever thought of that, like, just, you basically killed it before it even started, honestly. Once I found that out, I was like, that was the first question I asked. I was like, why don't the NBA players just play, like, just interact with the 2K league? That would solve everything, right? So anyways, but when he told me that, I was like, wow, like that doesn't make any sense, but at least I understand why now we're at this point. That I've heard that the 2K players don't want to do any of that. That doesn't make any sense either. You know, like I'm saying, you're supposed to thrive. You're supposed to get more eyes on you so that you can stay in the league, so that the league can stay around, to stick around. So I don't know. I heard 2K, you know, some 2K players for lazy and blah blah blah, but you know, that's beside the point of this particular one. What up, King? What up? What up? And then finally, it says here, social media platforms and gaming have dramatically changed how fans consume and engage with sports. Our new endeavor sits at the intersection of the technological and behavioral shifts, and it will build, engage, and activate a broader fan base that is immersed in basketball and culture. We look forward to our next chapter, and we'll share more details on our 2025 competitive season in the coming months. So, just looking at this article, you know, it's typical PR. You know, they have to sugarcoat it, make it look nice. It's like, hey, we're coming back. You know, nothing's changing. We're just going to revamp. But wait, there's more. You know, but wait, there's more. So, shout out to Dom2K. Shout out to Dom2K. So he put out this tweet. This is actually what had me looking at. I was like, what the hell happened? So he said, really, I'm sorry for all the people in the 2K league I met who will now be out of a job. The way in which business was handled, not even giving people a heads up that they may need another plan, is crazy business. Not to mention, I'm trying to wrap my mind around how Buddy basically, and by Buddy, he's talking about the CEO, basically showed up, got his friends paid, and dipped while screwing everyone else. If any of y'all who's displaced want to move around in the content world, my DMs are open for everyone always. And then first person asked what happened. So he got into more detail. He said, long story short, the new CEO showed up to the 2K League this year, 2024, sabotaged it, created high-paying jobs for his friends that did nothing to help the league so that they could get paid, didn't tell anyone what the plan was going forward, then ended the league on a whim, displaced hundreds of jobs unexpectedly. That if this is all true, like, wow, right? Wow. What's going on, Mark? What's going on? So that's crazy, man. Like, you just come into the new role, like, hey, I'm the new CEO. Like, let me get all my homies a job here. Let me get all my homies a job here. Pay them buku dollars. They don't do anything. You don't have an actual plan. And then you're like, oh man, like this ain't working out. And then you just kill the league, and then you leave as well. Like, as a CEO, like, I'm out too. Like, just poof. That's crazy, man. That's crazy business. And then someone else asked, can they sue him for this? And Dom said, that's my question. Thing is, business practice in America often toe the line between shady and flat out illegal, so I really don't know. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that they can't sue him. You know, it may be a slim case, but you know, it sounds like, even though it's really messed up morally, it sounds like it's probably legal. Sounds like it's probably. I'm not a law person, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But if I had to guess, they're probably gonna get away with it. If I had to guess, they're probably gonna get away with it. So that's crazy. But in any case, man, if all this is true, that's wild. And I've seen other people, like this person down here, said the same thing. For those wondering, the 2K League got a new CEO who hired a bunch of new people, to some being his friends supposedly, created positions which required crazy pay, and then fired everybody from the company and quit himself. So they said that he had an 8-minute Zoom call, whatever, fired everybody, and then was like, yeah, I'm out too. That's crazy, man. That's insane. So it's really sad, you know, not only for the actual players, for all of the teams, but to all the people working behind the scenes on the 2K League day in and day out. I will say one thing though, in you know, as a reason why, you know, this new CEO and stuff, that's beside the point. But the 2K League in itself was not a good product. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. It was not a good product. They tried to get some content creators to come in there and try to promote it, but at the end of the day, the only people that really cared about the 2K League were the people either in the 2K league right now, like who plays, trying to get that money. They ended up, it was a big thing at first. And they were like, oh no, you're gonna go through a draft. We're gonna put you all in the house. We're gonna have trainers, blah blah blah. We're gonna have these tournaments, these in-season tournaments, and it's gonna be for cash prizes and trophies and stuff, championships and blah blah blah. So it sounded exciting, but it just fell off super quickly. Like it just, when you're watching it, like I was excited when I first started watching it the first year, but I just fell out of interest. Not because I stopped playing 2K and fell out of love with 2K, but it was just, watching it just didn't seem exciting. Like it was a lot of, and again, I'm not 100% versed on everything 2K related and like the intricacies of it, but I remember like a big thing that people were talking about was the whole 5-out thing. Like and if you don't know what 5-out is, it means you have 5 players on the team that can all shoot at range. So 5-out. So they were doing a lot of those type of situations with which their build. So you'll have a center who can shoot from the arc. You have a power forward that can shoot from the arc. So a lot of that stuff, it was like, yo, if y'all are all doing the same thing, like this just isn't exciting. Like try some different stuff. Have a true center for a change, So it was just a lot of like the meta, because it's not like in real life where your skill set is going to be ultimately determined on your work ethic, raw talent, and your height. For example. So all of that in real life, it's not the same as, hey, I just want to make a point guard, I'm going to make a shooting guard, whatever position that you want to make, and then whatever archetype that you want to make, and then just go out there and ball out. Like it's different. So everybody was doing the same thing, and it got boring to me super quickly. And like I said, just the production value wasn't super exciting for me personally. Like I said, it ended up becoming a niche really quick, and it never broke out outside of the 2K audience themselves. And even a lot of the 2K audience really wasn't messing with. They'll go to the rec or whatever, but you don't really see people talking about the 2K league and invested in the 2K league and the individual teams, unless you were actually playing for those teams, or if you were interested in possibly being on a team one day, or if you were a content creator that got paid. Unless you were a content creator that got paid. That's not wild to transpire for 2K league. Yeah. So that's that, man. I'm sure more news will probably come out. But that's super wild, man. So as we know, the 2K league is done, but they're claiming they're going to come back next year with a revamped competitive league, and they're going to be, it sounds like they're going to be doing a lot more things with content creators, try to go that route. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, it does suck, the people who ended up losing their jobs today, especially in the Zoom call, man. I hate when that happens, man. Like, just cowards. Like, at least invite me in person and tell me that you firing me, bro. Like, stop being a coward. So anyway, that's that.